Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be explaining what the macula is, what macular degeneration is, the causes of macular degeneration, and how to prevent macular degeneration. All right, let's get into the video. Now, before I explain what macular degeneration is, I think it's important that you understand what the macula does. The macula is located at the center of the retina at the back of the eye. And just like the retina, the macula translates the light entering the eye into visual image via the optic nerve. So the light enters the eye, the macula sends that stimuli or that signal down the optic nerve to the brain. The brain processes the light, creates visual images, and sends a signal back to the eyes. And what happens is you adjust accordingly to that visual stimuli. Now, the macula also is responsible for our central vision. You look directly at an object in front of you, that's our central vision. The space around that object is known as our peripheral vision. Now, there's also another eye structure called the fovea. The fovea enhances our central vision by allowing us to see the details of the object in front of us. So the macula is responsible for allowing us to see objects in front of us, but the fovea allows us to see the fine details of the object in front of us. Now, macular degeneration primarily affects the macula and the fovea. Both structures are responsible for central vision, as I've already stated. This can make it hard for you to see objects directly in front of you and from afar, as well as the details of the objects that you're looking at. Individuals with macular degeneration, it's really hard for them to do things like drive and read, because it requires you to have exceptional central vision. Now, in my opinion, there are three primary causes of macular degeneration: old age, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Now, allow me to explain. As you already know, as we get older, the structures in our body slow down and change in function. This has a lot to do with our cells' ability to replicate, and our cells' ability to replicate constantly slow down as we age. So it applies to the eyes as well. So as the cells slow down, or the cell's ability to replicate slow down in our eyes, this will cause structures to function less efficiently. Things like our lenses, the lenses in our eyes are responsible for dilating and shortening, allowing us to see objects close and far. Our sclera consists of an aqueous humor, meaning it keeps the eyes moist, so our eyes get drier as we age, which will impair our vision. The photoreceptor cells in our retina, which translates the light that enters the eye into visual images, don't function efficiently, or don't function as efficiently as we get older. So this also adds to the impairment of our vision. So that is how old age is one of the primary contributors to macular degeneration. So how does high blood pressure lead to macular degeneration? Well, what is high blood pressure? High blood pressure is when the flow of blood exerted against the walls of blood vessels increases, causing vascular damage. So this inevitably leads to inefficient blood flow to certain tissues and organs. As it relates to the eyes, when your eyes aren't getting sufficient oxygen and nutrients via blood vessels, this can ultimately affect the way that the structures of the eye function. So tissues begin to die, cells begin to not functioning at an optimal capacity. So this is how high blood pressure can cause macular degeneration. So how does diabetes cause macular degeneration? Diabetes, specifically type 2 diabetes, is a condition of too much glucose or possibly insulin in the blood. If you know anything about glucose, glucose plays a huge role in producing ATP. Now, as it relates to the eyes, having too much glucose in the bloodstream can affect the way that our cells produce energy. There are two conditions: hyperinsulinemia and hyperglycemia. These are two conditions of too much insulin and too much glucose. These two conditions can affect the way that our cells produce energy, which will eventually affect the way that the tissue or organ functions. So, how would one go about preventing macular degeneration? Well, the thing is, you can't prevent macular degeneration. As we all grow old, we're going to experience some level of visual impairment. But what you can do is delay the symptoms of macular degeneration. The first thing I recommend you do is increase your consumption of bright colored vegetables. Bright colored vegetables contain properties called carotenoids. Carotenoids are what give these bright colored vegetables their color. They've been proven in multiple studies to improve vision. Another thing you can do is exercise. Exercising increases blood flow to all tissues, including the eyes. So don't neglect exercise. Smoking affects blood flow negatively. So anything that's going to negatively affect your blood flow or your blood pressure, you gotta cut it. The last thing you want to avoid is staring at bright screens or bright lights late at night, as well as staring at screens all day. There are numerous studies that have shown that staring at a screen all day, especially late at night before you go to bed, can not only impact your brain, but definitely negatively affect the eyes. So if you found this video on macular degeneration useful, please share this video with someone who can use the information that I provided. If you're a woman above the age of 40 that wants to lose weight, or you need help treating some ailment or chronic disease, click the link in the description box to contact me, and me and my team will create you a plan that you can follow from the comfort of your own home. And it's guaranteed results, I promise you. Share the video, like it, and leave a comment.